and welcome back to the channel. My name's Jake and this is my 1979 Toyota pickup. Today's episode covers some final engine assembly and we put it back in, do a little test drive. If you're new here, strap in, enjoy the ride. We're getting pretty close to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so if you could go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to see more of this, go ahead and hit that like button too. Let's get into it.
Off camera, I went ahead and assembled this timing cover. We've got some accessories bolted on, mostly because their mounting locations share some of the timing hardware. There's several different torque specs for all of this, and so to make sure I got everything torqued, after I hit a bolt, I'd hit a little paint pen mark on it, fully torqued if you will. And now I'm bringing you in to throw this head on. This has been several days in the making. Pretty excited here. Let's see if I can do this without screwing it up. Get a better position on our timing chain. Here we go. Carefully. Ha! And I didn't even get my shirt stuck in there. There's a little bit of fiddling that has to be done to get the timing chain sprocket back on the cam. Oh, come on, man. This is definitely a how not to right now. Oh, so close. I think I just need to rock it like that. Ha! There we go. That guy should be at 12 o'clock. We should be on 0. Beautiful. Ta-da! The next thing that needs to go on is this distributor drive gear. That just slips in here. A little wiggle. Associated bolt. Gonna feel like a huge milestone to throw this rocker assembly on and hit it with the torque wrench. Somewhat sure this rocker assembly only goes on one direction. Got a little diagram of which bolts to torque in what order. Set this underneath you here so I can refer to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to run through that one more time just so I feel good about it. Sweet, we put our head on. That's nice. Right here where the timing cover meets the block. Give that a good smear. Alright, here we go. Now we wait 60 minutes and we can torque them to spec. Alright, one more last look at this beauty before we drop her in the engine bay. I am super pleased with how clean everything came out. Off camera I put on the intake, the carb, did some fiddly bits that were pretty boring for video. I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall it with the transmission attached. Having both lifts here, it shouldn't be super sketchy, and then I don't have to do it under the car. It's been a long day. I still need to torque this valve cover. I think we're about there. It's got oil in it. It's got coolant in it. We got gear oil in the transmission. I don't think we have any leaks thus far. I'm gonna crank it over without the coil hooked up and without giving it any fuel. I'm hoping I can build some oil pressure and have the idiot light go out before I actually let it run. I don't know. Not too certain right now that it's going to run. We'll see. I don't even know where the keys are. Stay. Did I mention it's been a really long day? I got no patience for that. All right, here goes nothing. Hopefully we don't hear any really bad noises. We're in neutral. We need a battery. I'm gonna put the battery in and I'll bring you back. We're now back with the battery. I'm gonna crank it without this center coil wire on. We got our fuel going into a little catch can here just so we don't wash the cylinders down. All right, here we go. All right, we just got oil pressure. So I feel pretty good about that. Let's pop this coil wire on, hook up our fuel supply. Nothing's catastrophically interfered with itself so far, so that's pretty sweet. What do you think the chances of this thing popping off are? You know, I'm not super confident we got spark here. No spark. It appears as though we've broken the center post in our distributor cap. Probably never going to be able to see this. That's the center post of the distributor. You kind of need that inside, connected. That's a real bummer. I wanted to hear this thing run tonight, but we do have an upgraded distributor and an HEI module to put in this thing. We got this 22RE distributor swapped in. It's got a Hall effect sensor in it, and we're using a GM ignition module. Went ahead and replaced the coil, plug wires, new plugs while we're at it, since you know, might as well be all new. And I haven't cranked it yet. Let's see what happens. Aha! A little stumble on the idle there, but it is pretty cold. Woo! Number 4 is hot. 3's hot. 2's hot. All right, they're all firing. I'm gonna do a little tuning. I'll bring you back. I'm happy to say that the truck is running absolutely beautifully. I think you just go, much better. Thing's running beautifully. One thing I'm gonna add that I didn't shoot a whole lot of film of is for our GM HEI module down there. I was having issues with backfiring. It was falling on its face under load and, you know, between shifts. I ended up wiring it to a relay. What I found out is that I was not getting enough power. I'm using the stock Toyota harness, 12 volt keyed power there. It's got a resistor or some resistance wire in the circuit. And so under high RPM or any kind of load, this thing was absolutely falling on its face. So now I've got it wired in with good 10 gauge wire and a relay directly to the battery. Factory keyed 12 volt power from the harness feeds the relay, which in turn feeds our HEI module with direct power from the battery. And since then, this thing is running like an absolute cheetah on cocaine. All right, that's gonna do it for this week's video. I'm super happy with the way everything came out. We got absolutely 0 leaks. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week. You're a goof, man. You're a mountain goat goof. Hang on, I'll help you. Oh, good boy. Good boy.